Sketch the graph of line. Question 12. Sketch the graph of line x minus 2y equals to 0. Now this is in standard form, and let's try to find x and y intercept for this as we did for the previous ones, correct? And now you know what is x-intercept. X-intercept is a point where y is 0, correct? So let's find what is x-intercept for this. So we say x-intercept is a point where y equals to 0. So we'll plug in y0 here and find the value of x. So we get x minus 2 times 0 equals to 0. So we get x equals to 0. So x-intercept is 0 for us. So let's plot this point 0 for us as x-intercept. So the coordinate of x-intercept is 0, 0, which is this coordinate, correct? 0, 0. So we say, well, x-intercept is 0, 0. That's what we got. Now let's find what is y-intercept. Now for y-intercept, x is 0. So we'll put x equals to 0. So if I put x equals to 0 here, I get minus 2y equals to 0, and that gives me y equals to 0. That means that y-intercept for me is 0, 0. And that means the same point, correct? So well, both x and y intercepts are same. So I didn't really get two different points. Since I didn't get two different points, I cannot draw a line, correct? So in this situation, with x and y intercepts, you cannot draw a line, since you get only one point. That is the origin. What should you do? The next option here is that we can make table of values, and or we can also write it in y equals to mx plus b form. So that is also a good option. So let's try that one. So this equation we will transform, and we will write this equation as y equals to mx plus b. So let's do it like that. So the equation is x minus 2y equals to 0. So let's take x on that side. We get minus 2y equals to minus x. Now we'll divide by minus 2 and get y equals to minus x over minus 2, which is same as half x, correct? So that is the equation in slope-intercept form, right? So here, of course, b is 0. So you know the y-intercept is 0 and the slope is half. So you can follow the method which we did for slope and intercept form first 6 videos, right? So here rise is 1 and run is 2. Why? Because the slope is half, 1 over 2. So here, what is the slope? Slope is half, right? Compare it with the equation. What we did is, we did it in the form of y equals to mx plus b. So if you see this equation, which is y equals to half of x, then y-intercept is 0, b is 0, right? And m, the slope is half, correct? So when we say slope is half, then what? Then slope is rise over run, correct? Now we say slope is half, that means rise of 1 and run of 2. Let's do that. So from here, let's go rise 1 and run of 2. Run is horizontal and positive, so this gives us the second point, and therefore we get a point here. Similarly, we can again go 1 up, 2 right. 1 up is the rise, and then 2 right is the run, and we get another point. Now when we get these 3 points, we can always join them and draw our line, correct? Let's do it. So this line will represent the equation given to us, that is x minus 2y equals to 0, correct? So here we go. Let me align them and then draw the line. There is our line. So whenever you draw a line, put arrows at the end. Normally it is understood that the line is extending both sides, but there is no harm, right? It's always good to be very clear about things. And we connect these points. That means every point in between is included in our line, correct? And the line extends till infinity on both sides, and a line has a set of infinite points in it, correct? There is one more way which we could have adopted to draw this line, and that is using table of values, correct? So I'll show you table of values here. So for that, we will use this equation, which is y equals to half x. So let's take some values of x and then figure out what are the corresponding values of y. Good values to take are 0 is the best value. Half of 0 is 0. Then let's not take 1. If I take 1, I need to draw half, which is kind of fraction, avoid. So take even numbers for x. For example, we can take 0.2. If x is 2, half of 2 is 1. Then we can take x as 4. Half of 4 is 2. We could have taken minus 2 also. Half of minus 2 is minus 1. Similarly, or minus 4. Half of minus 4 would be minus 2. So those are the points which could have helped us to draw this line. Let's check. Minus 4, minus 2. So that means minus 4, minus 2. So we get this point, correct? That is on our line. Minus 2, minus 1. So minus 2 for x and minus 1 for y. That is perfect. So either way, we could have drawn the sketch of this line. But we couldn't have used just the intercepts, right? So sometimes equation in standard form cannot be drawn by intercepts, but you can transform it into slope intercept form, then draw it, make table of values, then draw it, or select points. Correct? These are the three ways you could draw. I hope you understand how to draw or sketch graph of a line by now. And we'll learn into some practice type questions now. Okay? Thank you.